we have a factory here which makes those square purple shapes with the white in the middle. And since we need about 13,000 of those to get this upgrade, we might want to improve this factory. We used to steal one single white circle from this facility. Now the problem with that is that we actually only had about 0.8 of those shapes a second. So I'm going to make some white circles here. There we go, white paint. And before we even manage to get those circles, we're gonna unlock the next level. And there we go, next level is unlocked, and we've got the rotator. So again, we can rotate shapes 180 degrees. But what is the next level? Compact splitter. Oh, that's gonna be a lot useful, I would imagine. Now we need those shapes, which we are already delivering since last time, which we also need to unlock these upgrades. So I'm even thinking that we might want to think about, you know, increase the efficiency of this factory that we made last time, since it only makes 8 a second. But to make it more efficient, we would need to make a whole new factory. Now the white circles are ready, and we simply need to bring them all the way to here. There we go, we are connected, and now we should be making those shapes again. Let's see. And there we go. So what is the production speed now? About 4 a second, it seems, which is not surprising since we've got 4 of those stackers. Now there are 2 things on our agenda. Start creating this weird shape and this one. Both of them use the previous shape and simply edit it a bit. So this one, this shape gets stacked on top of this weird windmill, and this shape is the exact same as this shape, however it has a small white circle on top. So I believe it might be best to simply hijack a line which makes these shapes, borrow half of those and create those. I'm gonna start with the purple windmills, since it should be only an easy change. Now where actually are those windmills manufactured? Right here. Alright, so we just need those circles painted white and some stacking process. And we unlocked an achievement, Stack Overflow, for stacking 4 layers of shapes. Now by mistake I originally left some blue circles there, but we've got white as well, and now we've got the proper white ones. So that's the correct shape we need, and we simply need to deliver those back. And we're connected, and there shouldn't be any clogging going on at all. It is a bit laggy, but that should clear out in just a few seconds. So as you see, this has cleared up, and here still pretty empty conveyor belt. So now we should have about 4 a second of the original windmills and 4 a second of those new ones. Next thing is those other shapes, those ones that we need to unlock the tier 5 of cutting, rotating and stacking. Now we're obviously already making those shapes, and we have like 120,000 of those stored, and we only need 60. So I believe it's fine to borrow half of those or even all of them and stack them on top of this shape. Now this shape is a part square and part windmill, and aren't we lucky? We have this shape right next door, next to our factory making those shapes. Now, what do we need to do? There are 2 options basically. Either we make a square and a windmill, paint the square green and the windmill red, and then cut it all up and stack it back together. Or we don't need to make the windmill and the square and simply paint the halves that we're gonna have by cutting this shape. That's probably gonna be the best. So I'm thinking about the speed right now. The cutter cuts 2 items per second, and the painter, the double painter, paints 1 item per second, but paints 2 items at the same time. So basically we should have 1 cutter per 1 painter. So I'm thinking maybe 4 or 8 cutters. So now we have the 8 cutters, and we've unlocked a splitter variant of the balancer. So it only needs 1 input to split it in 2. So basically some sort of space saving, I'm thinking. Now let's see what we need next. Finally, we're gonna be unlocking the wires and a quad painter at that! That's gonna be incredible. And the shape we need is actually the logo itself of this game. There's even an achievement for that, a lot of achievements for making about, I don't know, 25 and 50 second, like 3 or 4 achievements just for this. However, I've actually no idea how to make this. Oh, I see! So I need this weird shape, and on top of the shape I just put a square? But how do I make it so small? Because if I have a normal square, it should simply stack here and be the same size, shouldn't it? I don't know, we're gonna have to try it, but not today. And since we've got 25,000 of those shapes, we can speed some things up. I feel we don't have any troubles with the extraction speed, so that should be belt speed up straight away. Oh, and we need a lot of those shapes for the upgrades. Right. Now we need colors. And we're gonna need green and red. Now we've got those shapes painted, and we need to cut them up and stack them up nicely. Now we basically have quarters of all of those shapes. We've made it a lot easier this way. And now we do really need to combine each of those with each of those green ones. And we've reached 100,000 blueprint shapes, and we get an achievement. Great. So now we have 8. Basically we have 8 stackers. Right, what's the best way to actually steal all this? There we go. And then we use this top part to conveyor back with the new shapes. We can use this one single conveyor belt here. It gets split up into 8, which is just fine. It should be 1 in each of those stackers per second. And these, I think I might just, instead of, joining them and then splitting them again, I'm just gonna join them by hand like this. Now I unlocked an achievement to produce old level 17 shape. But what's this? Oh, this shape looks actually very beautiful. It's very nice. There we go. Delivering straight to the hub. And we can start working on the other shapes next time. But now let's enjoy this beautiful moment as they all arrive.